So, ECW, and then I mentioned Eddie Guerrero, another horrible loss.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember the SmackDown before, Kennedy lost by disqualification when Eddie pulled his famous throw the chair at the guy.
Yes.
Take a dive. I saw the notice about his passing, and because I remember Kennedy just wailed him with a chair, creamed you with a chair. My first reaction to his death was, are they really playing the storyline where Kennedy killed him? That's the first thing I thought. And then as the day went on, as the news went on, as I went to WWE.com, I went to Aaron's website, WQ.com, I went to every wrestling website I could, and I went, wow, it's real.
Yeah.
Wow.
I woke up that morning, and I had a text from Aaron saying Eddie Guerrero's dead.
Yeah.
I'm like, what kind of sick joke is this?
Yeah.
And then I completely ignored it. I'm like, all right, I don't know what kind of joke he's trying to pull, but it's ridiculous.
Well, thinking Aaron's being Aaron, whatever,
right.
you know.
I log on to MySpace, and there I see Bolton from our buddy Mr. Human Tornado.
Yeah.
Talking about Eddie being dead. I'm like, all right, Aaron doesn't have that much pull.
Yeah, no, there's no way.
And
yeah.
so then I went to WWE.com, and then I saw him just like, you gotta be kidding me, because it was that next night at the Super Show he was supposed to win the title.
That night. He was supposed to win the world title in Triple Threat with Batista and Orton.
I mean, and for someone who's physically active and, you know, when you look at what they do in the ring 300 nights a year, it's strenuous on their body. He went to the hospital after his match with JBL out here in LA because he lost so much blood.
He did.
I mean, the human body can only take so much.
That whole previous year, 2005, we saw the rise of two people who are still talked about to this day and are still main eventing, both on Raw, except one of them's hurt right now. John Cena and Batista.
I still hate them both.
John Cena has become the flag bearer for WWE in the last 3 years.
I hate his guts. Mr. Boston.
First off, he's not from Boston, he's from West Newbury. Second of all, I am not from West Newbury. I also happen to be from Western Massachusetts. Springfield College, where he went to school, happens to be 10 minutes from where I grew up. That doesn't mean I'm... In fact, John Cena stole my gimmick, if anything.
That's a good point.
Get off your hype.
Minus the muscles, the looks, and the...
Charisma?
And the spin.
No, I got more charisma than him.
And all the poon that he gets.
And I might be just as good a wrestler. But he had the kids believe in him. He had everyone, embrace him. He was the one who went for all the charity things. He's the one who's saying, "Don't give up." Hogan said, "Take your vitamins." Cena's saying, never back down." I mean,
then he's gonna turn heel and he'll have the Cena world.
Exactly, the CWF.
The C Nation.
C Nation. There you go.
C Nation.
He already has that on his jerseys.
Copyright it.
Aaron, trademark it now, right now.
No, he has already got it on his red crappy jerseys.
Fuck.
The red and yellow, brother.
All right.
They're red and yellow.
And then Batista. Well, Batista's a step above Cena at least.
Definitely.
He's a little better. He's a little better wrestler. And looks.
I like Batista's charisma.
Yeah, that's not saying much though.
No, right.
I like Batista's charisma.
Yeah, he's got good charisma.
I think
Batista also had Triple H and Ric Flair to kind of push him.
I think
I
think Batista's feud with Triple H is what put him over.
Oh,
absolutely.
no doubt.
Makes me like him more than Cena. The only thing I like about Cena is...
Not his feud with Khali?
No, definitely not. The only thing the match with Undertaker at WrestleMania was awesome.
That was Batista. That was the best match of Batista's career.
No doubt. But with Cena, even though I hate him, his match with Michaels at WrestleMania and then in England, great.
The one on Raw that was almost an hour. That was match of the year by PWI.
Yeah, it was a great match.
Speaking of that year, 2007, the dark day for every wrestling fan. The Weekend of Vengeance, 2007.
Chris Benoit is here and he's really mad. Chris Benoit is here and he's really angry. Yeah, I went there. Deal with it.
Oh man.
Oh god.
You know what? You know the sad part is I'm the only one at this table that believes in hell, so I'm the only one going. That ain't right. That's fucked.
Hey, I didn't kill my family and hang myself.
Well, back to the Tuscany. I was so... I was like, you take me depressed over Eddie Guerrero, multiply that by 10.
Yeah.
That's always Benoit, because Benoit was one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. Because
and you texted me too.
I was saying, I'm like, this is some type of I think Aaron was the first one to text me again.
Aaron texted me first, then my friend Bernie from Rocky Horror texted me. Then I knew something was up because I thought Aaron was just joking with me. But then my friend, Bernie, our mutual friend, texted me. Bernie. And I know for you, Lee, that has led you away from wrestling.
I never felt sadness to anger so fast in my life when it comes to nothing to do with my personal life, just to do with something that I see on TV. Mm-hmm. And I got 2 words, Nancy Grace, but that's a whole different topic.
If it wasn't Nancy Grace, Talk Wrestling would be a success, though.
That's true. That's true. No, the whole since that whole this whole mess happened, I really just stopped watching wrestling. I did, because I got tired, and it really did start with Chris Benoit, although that's not really the only reason. But it just seemed like everything got so old and so dull, and just in the news, steroids, and you know what? And that's sad. You get off the steroids, it's just not as fun for me personally to watch. But no, the reason why I just really stopped watching it is because it doesn't cater to me personally anymore. I don't like the gimmicks. I don't like the storylines. And I know we're this is a good segue to our last topic, but
right.
It sickened me, the whole Chris Benoit thing. I went from and during the next night, during the what was it, the
3-hour tribute,
the tribute show, we found out what really happened
during the tribute. Ross should have gone off the air, and
just the way they handled it, the way they covered everything up. That pissed me off so much because what it was, Vince McMahon thought that we were all stupid.
They don't want to acknowledge him, and rightfully so.
They don't want to.
But at the same time,
but
at the same time, he's been part of so much history. In fact, I think it's hilarious. In the Mr. Perfect DVD, which personally I don't own a bunch of WWE DVDs like you own a hell of a lot more than I do.
Right.
Personally, for me, it is my favorite WWE DVD that I own.
Well, I'm gonna watch it this weekend,
but real quick with it, they were talking about Kurt Hennig during the Horseman, and for a split second, because of where Anderson was standing, or it was either Anderson or Hennig, where they were standing during that promo.
You see Benoit.
I know. And it was just that 1 second that they could not, for any reason, edit it out because it was impossible. Every other segment with that, they showed different sides of the ring that did not have Benoit, but there was that split second. And it's pathetic that they try to cut him out so much because he was part of so much of it with the Horseman, his title wins.
WWE's targeting families again. Is that the right way to go?
No.
Yes.
Why do you say yes? Why do you say no?
Merchandise. That's their biggest thing. Besides ticket sales, it's merchandise.
No, you're right.
And who buys the most tickets, Josh?
Yeah, families for their little
families,
kids.
Exactly.
All right.
You got big
Entertainment-wise, then they're going to lose their most popular demographic, which is the 18 to 34.
But I don't think they
that
care.
Would be me.
Which is Lee. Lee's almost at the end of that
They lost me
demographic.
2 years ago.
I honestly don't think they care about that at this point. They're more about
whatever makes them money.
They're a publicly traded company now. It's different.
Yeah, but here
If them making money is to target the teenagers and the adolescents and the 10-year-olds and 9-year-olds,
They feel
families
will spend more money collectively on tickets and merchandise and on trips to go see a WWE event than will an 18 to 35-year-old who is floating through life.
Watching wrestling isn't a priority for me anymore. Following it is a priority. I can't escape
it.
I can't escape it because of MySpace and NoDQ.com. Not a bad thing, I know what's going on, whether I want to know it or not. I don't watch it, but I still ask. I still ask what's going on.
His best friend's a mark. He can't really help it.
It's.
I play poker on Monday nights.
It's all about poker now. For crying out loud.
Except
poker and The Office.
By the way, this is my buy-in.
Hey, wait a minute.
All right, guys, let's go.
Bye.
You're fired.
You're not going? Come on.
I'm all in.
With that, we're gonna wrap it up. What?
I got right.
We're not playing poker at 1 a.m.
You're fired!
Filming!
Aaron, duck now!